Hello y'all, this is Land of the Free, a mod for Hearthstone 4 that takes place in a world where the United States collapsed into warring states after a bad Great Depression and a failed socialist revolution. With that out of the way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. All it takes is less than a second. We are going to play as the city of Minneapolis, which is somewhat larger than usual, and besides that, it controls a large part of the former U.S. state of Minnesota. Minneapolis starts with four national spirits, and they are American warlords, xenophobia, breadbasket country, and militia force. The country is led by Floyd Olson, who is a member of the Minnesota Farmer Labor Party. In real life, he was the governor of Minnesota from 1931 to 1936 and died in office due to stomach cancer. We have 6 divisions in the Army. 4 are the Minnesota National Guard Infantry, and 2 are the Twin Cities Local Militia Cavalry. As for commanders, we have 1 general and 1 field marshal. Looking at our military technology, we got basic weapons, motorized, Great War tanks, level 1 artillery and anti-air, close air support, fighters, naval bombers, and interwar era tactical bombers. Let's start the focus tree by completing on our own a talk with legislator, preparing for the election of 1936, meet with the militias, recover what we can, establish contact with the neighbors, the industrial heart, and test the waters. On our own, ever since Olson declared us independent under the banner of the state of Minnesota, we have been in constant turmoil. To the north are the Ojibwe. To the west, businessmen have occupied North Dakota. To the east, a quote, Mad King general has taken over Wisconsin. And in the south, there is the neutral Sioux State and Iowa. For the Minneapolis campaign of 1936, the only political groups taking part in it is the Farmer Labor Party with Floyd Olson, the Socialist Party, and whatever is left of the Republican Party. The Southern Mandate defeated the Free Virginia Rebellion, and the Lakota Nation has started fighting the state of Absaroka. Clashes around the broken USA continue as Spokane declares war on the Shoshone. Our National Guard template only has a combat width of 8. We got a little military experience, so we are going to pump that up to 10, and that should make them perform a little bit better in combat. One of our focuses started a border war with our neighbor, Bismarck, and it does not seem that we are winning, sadly. Continuing in the focus tree, we are going to do election of 1936, enemies around us, injustice around us, raise public confidence, and time for action. The election finally takes place, and everyone thinks Floyd Olson will win. Let's just say it all went as expected, and our country leader will not be changing anytime soon. The Farmer Labor Party wins once again in a landslide victory, and because of this, we will automatically complete the focus Road to Recovery. At some point in time, we are going to complete the focuses called Solidify Rule and Ensure Progress. Enemies all around us. Our generals suggest we retake Duluth in the north before we try to restore democracy in our surroundings. They also advise that we take a friendly stance toward Iowa while we deal with the corporate state to the west. A good distance away from us, Ohio gets invaded by both the People's States of America and the Erie Republic. Apparently, Minnesota/Minneapolis is surrounded by fascist, despotism, and monarchist, while it itself is seen as a shining light, or so this event says. It is up to us to pick up our torch and share it with others. We lost a border conflict with Bismarck, and we don't want the public to know too much about what we lost in the fighting, so we are going to censor this event, and in the process, lose some political power and stability. Time for action can only be started after 1 a.m. April 1st, 1937, and thus to pass the time until we get there, we are going to do the construction engineering continuous focus. Texas is having a big civil war, and in California, Los Angeles County is fighting Orange County. With time for action finished, we are going to do Operation Homecoming, reintegrating the North, and maybe Operation Just Business. We are attacking the Ojibwe Nation, and nearby, someone else, I think, maybe Bismarck, is invading the Sioux Federation. Minneapolis has more units than its opponent, so it won't be too difficult for us to win here. The siege of Bemidji takes place, and the battle for the alleged birthplace of the legendary Paul Bunyan is not very pretty. The North Mandate to the east battles the Soviet Republic of Kanawha, and our rival, Bismarck, has defeated the Sioux. Instead of starting Just Business, we are going to put that on hold for now and do Meet with Herring and, when possible, Connect the roads. A meeting with the governor of Iowa takes place, and he is willing to unite our two states together. All we must do is allow a few weeks to go by as we integrate the Iowans into the Minnesota government. The Lakota go toward the Western Defense Command, and Los Angeles fights the state of California. The aforementioned Defense Command not only has to battle the Lakota, but they must also face 3 other countries at the same time. Still delaying Operation Just Business, in the focus tree we are going to complete unification by talks and at some point official recognition. The integration is complete. Iowa will now become one with Big Minneapolis, also known as Minnesota. In the aftermath of a conflict I didn't notice was going on, Kansas City has annexed the Great Plains. We are ready to take on Bismarck. Our strategy is going to be abandon Iowa and hope all the enemy soldiers go there while we attack their heartland. The war has started. I hope the plan works, because if not, back to the drawing board we go. Everything is going as it should. We cut off some enemy troops in the north, and Iowa was lost as expected. We recaptured the city of Des Moines, and as that was done, we unintentionally trapped 2 Bismarck divisions. Our cavalry is about to take Sioux Falls, and once they are there, the hardest war we have had so far will be over. That is that, and we now control the territory of all the countries we can interact with in the first part of our focus tree. The Natives Restoration Act is passed, and due to this event, we lose the national spirit, xenophobia. Our main infantry division template, the National Guard one we've been using, is going to be set to have a combat width of 20, which is sort of the standard for a lot of countries in Hearts of Iron 4. We are going to complete 3 focuses, and they are Free of People, Fate of the Traitors, and A Bright Future. The businessmen from New York who controlled Bismarck must be punished, some on execution. However, we are going to go with another choice, and that is lifetime imprisonment without the possibility of parole. A Bright Future is done, and Minneapolis has transformed into the free Midwestern Republic, and along with that, we got a new flag. We have a whole different focus tree now, and in it we are going to do crossing the Mississippi River, all or nothing, emergency fallback lines, compulsory conscription, and democracy holds on. A news event has appeared saying that Floyd Olson, the acting governor of Minnesota, has unified the upper region of the Mississippi River. He pledges that he will restore democracy to the United States. A focus has unlocked the crossing the Mississippi River category of decisions for us. We will use this as an opportunity to advance west by first invading Milwaukee. Just as we start expanding the Republic, our country leader, Floyd Olson, dies. The man who's going to be in charge from now on is Henry Wallace. Wallace historically was the 33rd Vice President of the United States under FDR, as well as at one point the 11th Secretary of Agriculture and the 10th Secretary of Commerce. He was also the Progressive Party nominee in the 1948 presidential election. I will also note that he is from Iowa. We are going to attack the International Expeditionary Forces, and at the same time, we will core Wisconsin. The Provisional People's Republic is fighting a neighbor at the moment, so I want to assume if we invade them, it should be an easy win for us. Little Egypt and Indianapolis is going to be cored, and we are going to make our move on Chicago. This isn't too difficult, though it looks like the Erie Republic is going to reach Columbus before we do. Let's negotiate with Erie and just straight out save Detroit by annexing it. Douglas MacArthur's country agrees to unify with us peacefully, and thus the free Midwestern Republic grows even more. In the focus tree, we will complete democracy holds on and have an election. Just so things aren't shaken up too much, we will keep the Farmer Labor Party and Henry Wallace in power. That was Minneapolis. We went from facing threats with Floyd Olson to expanding outward as the free Midwestern Republic, and as a result, we became a big player in the former USA. The video is going to end here. If you enjoyed the mod, check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment because it helps the algorithm recommend the video more. Have an awesome day. I'll see you later. Bye.